Hi, I want to welcome you. This is Casey Eberhart, and I want to welcome you to video number 3 in our Google app training. So we've already talked to you about how to set up your Gmail account. The second video goes through and shows you how to set up and utilize both Google Docs and Google Drive. And this video will be going through and demonstrating all there is to do with Google Calendar. In my opinion, this is one of the coolest features of the entire Gmail platform. And so I'm really excited to have Jennifer walk us through sort of the ins and outs, start to finish, on how to not only set it up, but how you can utilize this calendar to make your office run more efficient by color coding different people, different calendars, so that you can actually keep track of different calendars, seeing different appointments set up by different people, so on and so forth. So Jennifer, would you like to take us through this?
Sounds good. All right, you guys. So in every business, scheduling meetings is a standard part of your day. So some are public, some are private. You may be sharing calendars with your sales team or your office staff, administrative assistants, or maybe customers or potential prospects. This is the easiest and the best way to be able to collaborate with other individuals and get those appointments into a central location that everybody has access to. Some people have private, some people have public, and so forth. So when you pull up Google Calendar, so I'm going to go back to Gmail. When you're in your Gmail account, you're going to have an icon set here. You click the icon set. You can go to Calendar from here. If you're in your Google Drive account, again, you're going to have that same icon set. Click the icon set and go to Google Calendar. So you can easily open that up from any of your Google app applications as long as you're logged in. And remember, the way you know if you're logged in, you're going to see your name with the little plus there. I'm going to go ahead and close this one, drop this back to Gmail. And on the left-hand side, this is Google Calendar. So what I'm looking at right now is two different calendars. I have my personal calendar, which was created the second that I started it up, and then also tasks was automatically created. I went in here and I've added a few tasks so you can get an idea of how to use that to be able to manage activities that you may need to get done. So very easy if you need to make a call, if you need to schedule an appointment, if you need to work out, if you need to edit a blog. You can easily add your task to the right-hand side, and if you have specific due dates for those, you can simply choose what the due date is, go back to the task list, and you can pick another due date. We'll say that's tomorrow, and go back to the task list, and you'll notice that it's putting all of your tasks for that day at the very top. Now, if you're going to use this for general task management, just for small little notes, things you don't want to forget about on specific days, that's great. Of course, we do recommend that if you have not been through our project management or task management training courses, that would be a good option for you as well. That's going to be for something that's a little bit more complicated. Now, once you're in the calendar, you have on the left-hand side my calendars and other people's calendars. So the first thing you want to do is actually set up your calendars. You may want to have a public calendar and a private calendar, depending on your business, something that anybody in the world can see, or something that only people can see for your busy, or something that's just simply for yourself.
And you can also set up different calendars for different people inside of the organization. So, for example, in a lot of our clients' organizations, the scheduler might have access to everybody's calendar, so they have an overall view of everybody's calendar, yet they're scheduling individual calendars. And you can obviously keep track of who has access to add, subtract, and move things inside each calendar. And they're all color-coded, so it makes it really easy to see, have a 60,000-foot viewpoint, and then also hone down on an individual event in somebody's particular calendar.
So here we're creating a new calendar, as Casey was saying. This is 12-step roadmap, and this is going to be a public speaking schedule. We're going to make this calendar public, and on here you can either check show free or busy, hide the details, or for this one we want people to be able to see all the details, because this is going to be a public schedule where people can see when we're doing trainings and so forth related to the 12-step roadmap program. Now, I also wanted to be able to give a few people other events. So I just added Casey to this calendar, and I want him to be able to make changes as well as manage sharing. I'm going to add my personal Gmail account to it as well. You can watch my typos. And same thing, the ability to add. Now, here you'll notice you want to pick your time zone and then also display all time zones. If you're somebody that does business like we do on a national or international basis, it's going to be important to be able to pick all time zones so that people can see when you're scheduling what their time zone is. So we're going to go ahead and create this calendar. We've shared it with a few coworkers, and it's a public calendar, and you're gonna watch that show up here on the left-hand side. So here's our public calendar, here's my private calendar. Now, let's say I wanna have Casey share his calendar with me as well. I'm gonna go ahead and request Casey to share his calendar. So it's gonna send him an email address. It's gonna send a request. And as soon as he accepts that calendar, then he's going to show up on here. So I've already done that with Kathy. So you can see I sent her a request and she's already given me access. So now if I want to look at someone else on my team member's calendar and they've given me permission to do so, I have the ability to simply turn that calendar on and off. No different than turning another calendar on and off.
And I might add, you guys, when you're doing this, the really great thing about Google and how they've set up this particular module is that you're not able to break it. So everything you can do, you can undo. So I would really advise you to, if it doesn't make sense or it's getting a little confusing, you can actually click and unclick, and you won't be able to break it, and you won't really be able to lose the vast majority of your work without really getting it back. So don't, if it looks like we're going too fast or too slow, just know that you can go back and change it and click and move things back and forth.
That's perfect. So when you have your calendar set, so I'm going to go ahead and take hers off so that I've got a clean start. I have two calendars of my own that I'm looking to schedule against. You can turn on and off calendar tasks. So I'll go ahead and turn these off. A couple ways to create a calendar event. You can say create. I'm going to say discard. You can say a quick add. So I'm going to say workout. And I'm going to say add, and I'm going to say Casey wants to work out every day from, how about 6 a.m.? What do you think about that?
I think the key word that Jennifer used was wants in that sentence.
So we're going to say Casey's going to work out every day from, we're going to do Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. He's never, ever, ever, ever going to stop. And we're going to say done.
And Jennifer, can you go back, just pull that slide back up. One of the other really great things about this is the repeating thing. In a lot of our clients' organizations, they have like a weekly staff meeting or an every other week meeting or a daily meeting. You can actually set this up so that it does the repeat for you and you don't have to keep inputting every single thing. So you'll see that Jennifer's clicking that she thinks I'm going to work out Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
and Tuesday.
And Tuesday. And then she can repeat that. As you can see in this drop down here, you can actually do repeat every 1 week, every 2 weeks, so on and so forth. And the start date and the end date. And if she'll go back here one more second, you'll see that you can actually do it to an end date. So for example, if you have a marketing campaign, you can schedule out that marketing campaign, and then when it goes live, that's the end date, and then it would end all of the sequential post meeting postings or the event postings. This repeat function is one that I use daily in our business. So
at gmail.com. So you can add unlimited guests to the events. Just simply put in their address and then hit add. So you'll notice on here I've invited 2 people, myself and Casey. You can see the number of guests as they say yes or no. You can say whether the guests have the ability to modify an event, invite others, or see the guest list. So I am not going to allow Casey to modify his workout schedule, so I'm going to leave this unchecked. Now, you can also put in where, and your where really needs to be an address. So I know that meetings are held a lot of different ways. We'll put this in perspective. One, if you're going to have a meeting and it's going to be a physical location, make sure and put the physical location address. So you do not want to put in junk words like gray building on the corner in between such and such and such and such, because when you're on your phone and you pull up your calendar on your phone, you want to be able to click the address and it automatically take you to Google Maps, start your navigation, boom, you're on your way. So make sure you only put the address in here, no other details. The other thing you can do for example, is you could put a phone number either in the title or you could put a phone number in the description. So let's say this is Workout with Jennifer. And we drop a phone number in here. What happens when you pull it up on your phone?
Right. So this is a little insider tip, if you will. In this case, if Jennifer were to publish this event, when it shows up as a reminder on your cell phone, it will not allow you to click that 972-342 because it's in the description and call the phone number directly. However, if in where she has Workout with Jennifer and she says call, she's doing this for me, so she would say call Jennifer to remind her. If we publish the event this way, because we put it in the where box, that 972-342 number would actually be a live link, which would allow you to just simply click it on your phone with your finger, and it would dial right in.
So the other thing to remember, obviously when you're scheduling appointments, making sure you have all the details inside the selection here. You can put as many details as you want. You can also add attachments, Google Documents, references to documents that you may have in your Drive. And lastly, you can set up different reminders. So when I created my calendar, I created it saying that I want a pop-up reminder 30 minutes before and a text message 10 minutes before every scheduled appointment. You can also add additional reminders that maybe you want an email and you want the email to come out 60 minutes before or an hour. You can show as available or busy. You can set it as default, public, or private. So because this particular calendar, which you can see your calendars, this is a private calendar, this is a public calendar. So if I was going to put it on my private calendar, the default is already that it's selected to private, but you can always flip it in between here if you're not sure. So we're going to go ahead and save this, which means that Casey received an invite to be able to join this particular event. Now, it automatically shows up on the calendar, and when an invitation is sent out, you're going to see it looks just like this. So I wanted to give you an example of what an invitation looks like. You have the date, you have what the invitation, you'll see this one happens to have been canceled, but it has all the details. So if you want to click the map, this one just says go to meeting versus a map where the phone number would be better in here. You can see what the calendar is that the event is posted on, who's attending, who the organizer, the creator, and you can say, yes, I want to attend. You can add more options and so forth.
And before she clicks off of this, I just received an email for the workout invitation event, and I'm going to go ahead and click yes so she can show you that. However, if she goes back one screen to where we just were inside there, what you'll notice in all of this stuff with Google, when you're inside your Gmail account, this will come into play a little bit later with a Google Plus training. In the upper right corner, it's always going to give you the option to add those people into your Google Plus circle. And all you'll want to do is go ahead and click that, Jen. All you want to do, well, we've become friends with her already. So if she had just hovered over that, it will open up the G Plus and she can just click friends, family, or whatever circle. You'll see a little bit more about Google Plus in a future video, but that is a great way to build up your social circle with people that you're in meetings with on a daily basis.
All right, you guys. So so far we've set up a reoccurring meeting. I'm going to go ahead and create a new appointment. And you can do that either from the left-hand corner, or I can say tomorrow at 9 o'clock, I'm going to have a conference call with Joe. And I want this to go onto my private calendar. You can pick calendars from here. I'm just going to hit create the event, and I have quick details to go in and edit the details. I can go in here. I can say what my conference line number is, or I can add a video call. So again, like Casey mentioned, when you get to the point where we're going through our Google Hangout sessions, that's really going to play a big role as far as being able to add video to your call. So if you have a conference call, you can do that directly with a video. And a lot of people pay for applications like that, like GoToMeeting or Skype and so forth. But the entire Google platform is so integrated. Once you learn how to operate your Gmail account, your Drive account, your Google Plus account, your Google Calendar, and so forth, everything is completely integrated, which is really going to keep you organized. And make it a lot easier for you to be able to do business and communicate. Much, much, much easier having all your applications in one place. So here we're going to go ahead and save this appointment. It's just a conference call, so I didn't invite anybody to it. Now let's say that I wanted to add this to someone else's calendar. I also want to add this to our speaking calendar. I can say save, and you're going to be able to see that this is going to actually be on both calendars. Now another thing you can do is add people later. So I'll go ahead and add Casey to this event. And I'm going to save this as well, send. And let's say I know I have to have another appointment and I put a lot of details into everything here, so I can go more. I want to duplicate this event, but this one is going to happen on Wednesday. All the same details, save, send out the notification, and now I have the exact same call. So this makes it very fast and easy if you're doing multiple calls with the same person. So I have two different calendars. I can add tasks back in, and let's say I also want to see Kathy's schedule as well. I was going to see if I could invite her to this particular event, and I know that she's busy during those two times, so that's not a good opportunity to be able to send that invitation out. I'm going to go back to in my inbox. So you're going to see there was an original invitation, there was an updated invitation, and I got a notice that there was an accepted invitation. I also have the ability, when I got the invite, to be able to RSVP directly from my email account, and it would give me, had this event not been canceled, the ability to just say yes, no, or maybe very quickly. All right. If one of you guys will send me an invite, that would be great. Then I'll show them how we can pick times against multiple people. Okay, so we talked a little bit about tasks. Let's say that today came around. I called Casey, I called Jen, I did my Facebook post, I scheduled the appointment, and I created the blog, but I did not get the follow-up done. You can easily drag the follow-up to another date. So you'll see very quickly I was able to move these things that didn't get finished, these tasks, to a different date. As soon as you finish those tasks, you can go through and check those off as well, and you'll notice all of your tasks stay very organized on the right-hand side. Again, this is for little tasks, not large project management based tasks. We would recommend a different system for that. Calendar is simple. You have holiday calendar automatically put on as your Google Plus account grows and your Gmail account contact list grows. You're going to have everybody's birthdays in one location. You'll see the holiday automatically showed up. You also, I'm going to dive into this particular calendar. I'm going to go into our 12-step roadmap, and you have the ability to alter a few things. You can display only this calendar, get rid of everyone else's, hide this calendar from a list. You can dive into calendar settings. You can create an event, share the calendar, set reminders and notifications. You can send the calendar to a friend, or you can change the coloring of that calendar's appointments as well. So if this, I also wanted to show up on 12-step roadmap, we'll save that. You'll notice I now have the appointment on Jennifer Bagley, and I also have it on 12-step roadmaps, and you can see that it's on both calendars now. We're going to jump into 12-step roadmap, and I'm going to say on this one, I want to be able to share this calendar. So again, you can share it with different individuals using the sharing settings. You can say whether you want them to see busy or free, event details, if they can make changes to event, or if they can manage sharing settings. I'm going to go back to calendar details. Here you have the ability to give a title, a description, put your location in, set your time zone, display all time zones, and you can automatically accept invitations that do not conflict, automatically add invitations to the calendar, but give you the opportunity to accept them. And in addition to that, you guys, this is a great feature. You have the ability to take this calendar, copy the embed code. You can jump over to a website. Let's say I want, I'm going to add a new page on the particular site. This is going to be salessupplychain.com/calendar. And I'm going to paste this calendar link here, save draft. I'm going to go ahead and publish this. I'm going to hit view page. And ta-da! You now have the ability to show your entire calendar, public or private, busy or free, on any web page. People can share it, post it, they can see what your availability is. So from an operational standpoint, you absolutely can become more organized and efficient simply by allowing people to be able to see your schedule before they make recommendations for meeting times. Same thing if you guys, let's say you have 5 service techs and those service techs need to be scheduled and they need to be able to uh, be scheduled by different location. I have someone for Plano, someone for Dallas, someone for Frisco. You could literally create one that says calendar, and then it could say Frisco, Plano, Dallas, and so forth. And then you could pull each service tech or installer. You could pull their calendar up so people would see the availability for their calendar as well. And that's just one option for being able to do scheduling. And lastly, I can set specific reminders and notifications. And I can get notifications for new events, changed events, canceled events, responses, or daily agendas I can have sent to me right away. If I want a reminder, I can say I want a pop-up reminder 10 minutes before, and now I get reminders. And I'm going to save that calendar. So you guys, I hope this is helpful. There's a lot of things you can do. You can have every service tech, every salesperson, every one of your staff members in the same calendar. You can share calendars back and forth. You can see people's calendars either in all the detail or just busy and free. You can manage tasks by date. You can move tasks if you don't get them done. As well as you can embed this calendar inside any website. Casey, any other thoughts for these guys?
Yeah, I would just say that this is something that was probably the hardest of all the Google apps for me personally to integrate into my business. But once I did it, it is now how my business is driven and how our entire organization stays on task because we're able to see everybody else's appointments. We may not have access to see what the appointment is, but it allows us to help schedule more effectively, efficiently, and not double book meetings, not have to go back and reschedule meetings, so on and so forth. For future training videos, we would really like your input. If there's something that we didn't cover, or if you have a further question, just go ahead and drop it in as a question at the end of these videos, and we'll be happy to create a video that'll walk through that. So this is really a living, breathing environment. So please don't hesitate to, like I said earlier, that you can click around, check it out, and kind of play around, but do it in a methodical way. And I think you'll find that this will make you so operationally efficient, it'll blow your mind.
You guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. If you want to do like Casey recommended, you want to ask us questions, give us some content for us to be able to create future videos on. Those of you that are part of our membership system, of course, you're going to get the updated videos without even asking. But go ahead and go over to 12steproadmap.com, 12steproadmap.com, and submit your questions online. We'll make sure and take those into consideration as we're creating more updated videos for all of our members going forward. Again, we'll see you on 12steproadmap.com. This is Casey and Jennifer signing out. Have a great day.
Have a great day.